What is up, everybody? We are back, and today I have the pleasure of sharing with you an interview that I did with Douglas Tait and Isabel Cueva on their new film, Angel Baby. This is Douglas Tait's directorial debut, and Isabel actually wrote and produced this film, and honestly, they crushed it. They knocked it out of the park. This movie is a blast. It's downright scary at times. It had me on the edge of my seat, and there's some pretty good twists in this one. Essentially what this one's about is you have Isabel, who's actually starring in this film as Val. She recently just lost her twins, and her husband, played by Dan Teal, they end up moving to this cabin to kind of take their minds off things. Well, it takes a sinister turn from there, and, well, I'll leave it at that. You can find it on video on demand, or if you go to caveentertainment.net, you can find where it's playing in a theater near you, or where you can rent it. I hope you enjoy the interview as much as I enjoyed speaking with them. So without further ado, here's my interview with Douglas Tait and Isabel Cueva. So, good morning, guys. I'm here with Isabel Cueva and Douglas Tait on their new film, Angel Baby. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing awesome.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Excited.
Same. The movie was incredible. I watched it last night. I loved it.
Woo!
Oh,
Yay! I'm so happy. That's
really
where
good.
it gets nerve-wracking for us because, like, you critics start or journalists start seeing it, so we're excited that like we're finally putting it out to the world.
Yeah,
Definitely. There was definitely some very tense and scary moments where I was like, oh, what's going on here?
Good. We want that, right? We want you to jump out of your seat.
Yeah.
Exactly. So one of the first things that I wanted to ask you guys, because I thought it was really cool, where did filming take place? Because wherever you guys were, it looked beautiful, and I want to go there.
Oh, you're so sweet. You want to?
Yeah, my dad bought this cabin in about an hour and a half from Los Angeles, like 6 years ago, and me and Isabel went, and both of us at the same time said, "Oh my God, we got to shoot a movie here."
It's called Pine Mountain Club. It's like
Yeah.
an hour and 20 minutes from the valley. And I tell you, it's like this little gem. You should go sometime. They have a tiny little downtown, which you see it in our movie and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a place they were going to develop like a lot of beautiful homes for like retirees and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like a little mini Tahoe. So, but it doesn't have a lake and it's smaller. So it was just perfect because we wanted to shoot something that didn't cost like $10 million or 20, so we're like, let's do this,
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's cool that it was a smaller town, so I'm sure you were able to do a lot more things with that.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what I wanted to ask next is, what was it like starring in this movie and directing it? Like, what were some of the challenges that you faced with that?
Well, for me or for Doug, because he directed it.
Yeah, I know you produced it. Yeah, and you started it. So I guess, this will be for Doug.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll tell you, when we decided to shoot, we have 3 kids, and we said, okay, we have to do this around the holidays, because they're out of school and it's too hard to figure out schedules with them in school because they went to 3 different schools. And we looked up the weather there because it snows there, and for the 2-week shoot that we had, there was no snow scheduled.
Like it never snows.
Yeah,
No.
I mean, it snows, but it wasn't scheduled to snow. This is in end of November.
Mhm.
And it had the worst snowstorm in like 15 years.
For 30.
Oh, wow.
And it caused so much problems with our crew, and that was one of the biggest challenges that we went through, because dealing with snow, and people weren't prepared. They didn't have snowshoes, and
Well, and we were in a steep hill. So like,
oh yeah,
when you're planning to shoot a certain amount and you're on a tight schedule, like, and your crew has to walk real slow to go get a light or something, it just slowed everything down. So we lost hours of like shooting. We had to cut scenes. We had to cut shots. It was awful.
and then we had already shot stuff continuity wise outside that didn't have snow, and then now we're shooting the scene right after with like so much snow,
like literally like 3 feet of
so in the movie there's parts where there's no snow and there's parts with snow, but a lot of people don't notice that.
Yeah.
I noticed the snow. I was like, it must have snowed in one of these scenes.
Yeah, well, it actually looked beautiful, but I think to answer your question too is that I directed the scenes when he was in the movie.
Yeah.
So like I directed the opening scene with the kids and him. So yeah, that's kind of how we managed it.
When I was on camera, she would direct the
But
scenes.
I didn't get a co-directing credit. It's okay. I'm like, this is your
What the heck?
debut. You know, just like if they love that scene, just say it was me.
Yeah. That's awesome. I know. I noticed the snow and I was like, that was pretty cool.
It does
So
look beautiful. Yeah, we're excited that it was there.
Yeah, it does add something for sure.
yeah. And I know you just said that you had 3 kids, and I read that you guys were husband and wife, which I thought was really cool that you guys worked on the film together. What I wanted to know, was there like a moment after watching like the finished movie where you're both just like, you absolutely crushed this scene, or was there a scene that you had the most fun filming together?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah,
I mean,
the sex scene.
oh my
No,
gosh.
no.
I hope our daughter's not listening to this. He
No.
probably enjoyed that one. No, but it's very classy, as you saw. Like, I don't even, feel like that one. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so
Yeah.
classy, and it's what's going on with the characters, not like, oh, we're putting this in for whatever. But
Yeah.
for me, gosh, there was so many scenes that I loved. I think that one of my favorite was the opening, like because it sets the whole story, but also these kids never had acted before.
Mhm.
And just to see that, like how much you could do, you know what I mean, in visually, and just with these amazing kids that are so vulnerable and just like follow your lead. So that was really one of my favorite scenes, but I'm trying to think, gosh, there was so many.
And my friend, who I went to high school with, who's an actor, those were
Jack
his,
and Pellizzari.
yeah, Jack and Pellizzari, those were his kids. So
Yeah.
thanks to him for
Yeah.
allowing me to
Yeah.
handle. Because if I would have had to cast an actress, like I was pretty rough with that girl. I mean, safely though.
I'm
Yeah.
safe. Yeah, we had a stunt coordinator, but
Yeah.
he was
But I wouldn't.
trying to make it
But
real.
what I'm saying is because it was my good friend's daughter. I felt
There was more trust.
Yeah, there was more
Yeah.
trust, that as opposed to casting some actress and then the mom's on set, and it would have been a kind of
A little more awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think yesterday we had a beautiful moment just where we went to test the movie where it's going to play in the theaters in Beverly Hills. And honestly, like it was just like tears because he was sitting behind me, but I could sense his energy because I was
Mhm.
feeling it. And it was like, oh my gosh, because you make the movies for the theaters, and like just seeing our movie in this gigantic screen and hearing it, it was like that was
Yeah, because
like,
we
wow.
hadn't seen it on a big screen,
And I
with
get teary.
Yeah.
one sound, and it's that feeling that you want, that to experience it that way. There's nothing like it when it's the same way when you go to see a movie, but when it's your film, it really
Well, and
is
also
awesome.
for me, it was like, I think that something that is so emotional, which I get right now, it's just that
Yeah.
it's so much work. It's like, it's everybody's work. And it's like, it was so magical. That's why they call it magic, right? It's like everyone's contribution, their beautiful time and art there put together. It really like, that is why you do this, to give this to the world. So
And we wore so many hats, especially her. She did so much to make this happen. It wouldn't have happened without her. So I think that she deserves like the credit.
oh, thank you so much. I mean,
Yeah.
you helped so much, but it was so much work. And that's where like, you see, and you feel everything you did there, So, I mean, it never completes, right? Until you give it to the world. So that is
Yeah.
what we're so excited about. And I hope that, most people like it, because we know you can't please everybody.
Definitely. Well, I really enjoyed it. I think there was a note saying that we have to wrap up here soon. So I just have one more question for you guys. I guess this one's more for Isabel. Is with the subject material being so heavy, and obviously with you having kids, what was it like preparing for this role? Like, how do you get into the headspace for something like this?
Gosh, I've been, acting for so long all my life. I think for me, it's just really the life experience, like having so much love in my life with my kids, and like that helps me connect, and all my experience. Like I don't really have to like prep much. I'm just there. Like, and I think that it just, is having that love, and that, when you have such a strong love in your life, like you also can feel the loss, right? Like to imagine that you're losing one of your loved ones. I mean, you're already there. So yeah, that kind of is where I pull from. I'm not a method actor. I just commit to each moment and give myself completely, you know, and be present.
But I also think because you worked on the script, like helped work on it for over a year, you know, to refine it, that you knew the character so well, you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to know everything about it, right? So I hope that, you know, you enjoyed the journey of living the story with the characters. And I hope that, you know, you felt like you were in that space, in that world for the hour and a half.
Yeah.
What
That's
was
awesome.
your favorite part? Can I just say that real quick? What was your
Yeah.
favorite?
So honestly, the ending, because you know, when Val got that kind of the
Don't give it
bittersweet,
away.
yeah, I'm not, when she kind of got that like bittersweet, you know, the win finally, I thought that was really nice. So I
Oh,
really
good.
enjoyed that.
That was an argument point, and I'll say that last, which we can do a part 2 interview in the future. But
Please.
the last thing I was just going to say is that the ending we fought out, and we could continue that. But I'll tell you, on our next, after, you know, the movie comes out and stuff, maybe
Yeah.
we could part 2, because I'll tell you, like, that's where we like, you
I
know,
would
like,
love that because I had way more questions. So
okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. Let's follow up, and feel free to call us or email us anytime.
definitely. And last thing before we go, is the movie out to rent yet? I know it was going to be on Amazon. So
Yeah, it's gonna be on demand on all the pay companies like Amazon, Apple, cable, you know, Verizon, what is it? All those cable companies.
Yeah.
So everywhere, December 15th.
Yeah.
Yep. And if you're in Los Angeles, it's gonna be playing at the Lumiere Music Hall on Wilshire and Beverly Hills. It's also playing in San Diego. Are you in California?
I'm in Arizona, but I will let
Oh,
everybody know to go see it because I have a lot of family and friends out in California.
oh,
So
please. Yes, that'd
yeah,
be great. Yes, that'd be awesome. And LA Times is going to have the schedule for the show times, and you know, we'll have it on our website, caveentertainment.net.
perfect. I will share all this, and thank you guys for all of your time. I really appreciate it. And
Oh, you've been great. Thank
thank
you
you.
so
Of
much.
course. Bye, guys.
Bye.